Hey, we on the J&J Show, Power 109. Got some news this morning that damn near broke my heart. I'm sure most of the rest of the community has heard by now. Ultimate Warrior, James Helwig, passed away, 54 years old. He was leaving a function with his wife and just collapsed. And that's about all the news we have right now. We don't know exactly what his issue was. We don't know what caused this. We just know that the Ultimate Warrior is no longer with us. Huge loss to the wrestling community. Huge
Absolutely.
loss.
Especially after everything that just happened this past weekend with, him going into the Hall of Fame and then, him being at WrestleMania on Sunday, and then he was actually on Raw on Monday, which that's the first glimpse of Raw I've had in like 6 months. But I happened to turn it on, and, he did cut a promo, and what's odd about that, what's so eerie and strange about that is, like, in the promo, he was talking about there comes a day where every man's heart stops beating and he takes his last breath, and, the Ultimate Warrior's legacy or legend will live on forever, and, like, all this other stuff that, didn't mean anything at the time, and after he died, it's just like, damn, that was crazy.
It is. Wow. Yeah. It's sad to me. It breaks my heart because I grew up on Ultimate Warrior.
Right.
I remember him, the WWF, which was called at the time. A lot of good characters out there, but nobody brought his level of energy to the thing. And I remember when I first saw him, I see this guy with the face paint and the tassels and his arm running to the ring full speed. I mean, jumping up, pulling on the ropes. I'm like, man, it is like you didn't realize what you were missing.
Yeah.
It's like you've been getting some head all your life, and that one girl comes along and just blows it out the water. You're like, damn.
Yeah, like,
my head is supposed to be like this. Yeah.
Right, so this is what hair can be like? Okay, no wonder niggas always talking so good about
hair.
We
don't mean to be talking about head. At a time like this, but it's J&J Show. That's what you're going to get. But I'll tell you this much. We definitely appreciate what man, we're losing the greats. We're losing the greats. Lost Macho Man, lost Warrior. What the fuck is going on, man? We're losing the greats. Meanwhile, corporal pressure and the things at the house like people. Hopefully they don't like care about. So, I mean,
Yo, this nigga didn't really say that. This nigga said it.
Nah, I mean, we lost two pockets niggas, so, you white ass niggas still out here. You're like, why? Soldier Boy, the motherfucker.
Soldier
Boy. I mean, we live in the greats, but it's a nigga sitting around that's still rhyming and still wrestling, and you're like, why? We irrelevant. But, that's life, so you can't.
Nigga said we lost Biggie and Eazy-E, but motherfucking Soldier Boy and Chief Keef are still around. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on?
And they're probably gonna be around for a time.
Yeah.
So we gotta get used to it, man. But Warrior, man, huge loss.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing with Warrior just shocked the hell out of me, man. I mean,
he looked fine, man. He looked like everything was okay. He looked like he had a care in the world, man. He was at peace. He was feeling the joy of being inducted into the Hall of Fame and being on Raw.
And it seemed like all that bitterness and everything that people had, kind of seen in him over the years, it seems to have gone away. I was actually watching his Hall of Fame speech, and it seemed like he was just trying to clear up any negativity that was ever said about him in the past,
Yeah.
I heard him on there talking about, when they did that Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD way back, and they were talking about how, people saying he wasn't a good guy and this and that. And he said it right after to everybody. He said, I was a good guy. He was like, I am a good guy. And I don't need people spreading lies about me, and I appreciate the fans and all this other stuff where, you hear a lot
very,
of...
Very humble. Very humble. Because a lot of people, especially me and Jay, would have been like, fuck man. You gotta prove to him we're good guys. I think so. But Warrior, humble guy. And he presented a character that we could all learn from and grow from. He was 54 years of age. Brought about a lot of maturity, and some humility that's lacking in a lot of today's wrestlers.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch old Warrior videos. Ultimate Warrior is somebody who brought a lot of appreciation to the sport, meaning you could tell that this guy was grateful to have an opportunity just to be in WWF. There's a lot of humility there. He gave the fans 110%. You know, the energy. I see a lot of guys now just lazy motherfuckers. Or, motherfuckers that get in the ring and they're trying to be cute and shit.
Yeah.
I'm no damn Warrior. Well, fuck about that cute. That Warrior, they come here to wrestle. They can cut me a check from here to wrestle. Fuck all that bullshit.
That nigga Warrior would run down to the ring, man, like 350 miles an hour and shit, man.
Yeah.
Shaking the ropes and, going all the way around the ropes. In fact,
that was it, man. Look, you cut me a check. I'm here to wrestle, goddamn it. Point me to a chick. Just anybody. I'll slam your mama if she's sitting around. That's who Warrior was.
Yeah. And he was just talking about that because, like I said, a lot of people thought that he was, arrogant and he was too good for the business and all this stuff. And he tried to clear all that up in this Hall of Fame speech. And he let everybody know he was very grateful to be in that position. Whereas people didn't think he was and all that. But he said he was, absolutely. And he said that people want to talk about how he was huffing and puffing and out of energy real quick. He said, I was out of energy because I was so intense running down to the ring and I put everything into all my matches. You know what I'm saying? I'd run down there and be tired of shit just for my interest, and I'd still have a match, and I'd still do shit even after the match to make sure the fans went home happy. So,
yeah. I feel like in our time, I won't say in our time necessarily, but in those golden days of wrestling, man, with the WWF, the 80s, the early 90s.
Yeah, that's our time. Shit.
Yeah, fuck it, it is our time. I try not to alienate little motherfuckers, but J&J Show Power one another. We were spoiled in a lot of ways. Now, we had real wrestlers that went out there and gave 110%. They were out there to entertain the fans. And what I loved about those old wrestlers and people like Warrior, man, is their personal life is personal, right? You didn't hear about a lot of bullshit. You didn't hear about Warrior out here in the streets carrying on a bunch of baby mamas, slapping the shit out of fans, and all this old nonsense.
Yeah, getting pulled over with drugs and shit. And,
yeah, I mean, the Warrior was one of the more classy wrestlers and brought some professionalism to the table that helped the brand to excel and get to another level. I look at some of these cats now, man, and you don't see that. You just don't see it. I mean, I don't see the humility. I don't see the, I'm going to give the fans 110%, even if I break a few bones out here. You don't see it a whole lot. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, we on the J&J Show, Power One or Nothing. Ultimate Warrior, James Helwig, rest in peace. Love you. Straight from J&J. Peace.